Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another, the best, I should say, not just another, cast list analysis video, summary video. We have just gotten the episode 22 cast list. Earlier today, we got the summaries for 22, and a very brief summary for 23 as well. And I will say right off the bat, this is probably the most interesting and awesome cast list we have gotten. We have 4 new characters appearing. I said the end of episode 20, to me, felt like the end of almost the first arc. And now with all of these new character introductions that we'll be getting in 22, unfortunately 21, we only have 5 people speaking, and it seems like it might be a recap episode. 2 of the 5 screenshots we've gotten about episode 21 are from the Yusaku and Emma duel, excuse me. So that kind of sucks. That 21 might be a recap episode. Just a quick little warning for the episode tomorrow. But 22 is awesome. I'm going to get right to it because we also have a very prominent female voice actress that will be joining the Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains cast, which is awesome to say. We're going to start with the summaries real quick. So episode 22. The Pitch Black Sun. Yusaku and company investigate a mysterious phenomenon known as Another, where the victims can't log out of Link VRains and stay unconscious in the real world. Yeah, like we didn't see a plot point like that coming along. I mean, literally when this show was announced, everyone was like, okay, clearly a plot point is going to be people are going to be stuck in Link VRains, and that is absolutely, that's what's happened most likely to Kogami, to Revolver's father, and that's what so now we have a name for the phenomenon, and it is called Another. They successfully identify who the next victim might be using the data they collected. In order to prevent more damage, Yusaku and company decide to take action. And this is kind of scary because episode 23, Genome's Giant, as he fights against Dr. Genome, Go Onizuka has no choice but to duel as a heel, doing whatever it takes to win. Is Go Onizuka being targeted by this another group or this another phenomenon? And as Go Onizuka, it's amazing that he's back, and this is why I love the show. The first non-Yusaku duel is going to involve Go Onizuka. Who the hell saw that coming, right? The guy is finally back. He's speaking in the 22 cast list, so he'll actually be back in 22. 21 probably won't have a duel, and I don't even know if 22 is going to have a duel. It looks like we might get back-to-back non-duel heavy plot episodes because they're going to be introducing a lot of people into this. So let me read you the cast. Yusaku, Ignis, Kusanagi, my boy Naoki is back. That's awesome. Go, Emma, Revolver, Kogami, and then here's where it just goes completely off the rails. Dr. Genome, who is voiced by Kiramoto Taikuya. I looked him up. He is a male voice actor, not really known. He's pretty much done all supporting roles, no main roles. He's been around for a while. He's done supporting roles in shows like Bleach, I believe JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So he's been around. Sword Art Online. He was Sigurd in Sword Art Online. So, you know, I'll link all their bios down in the description, and if you notice them from anywhere, that's awesome. Faust, Vira, Kitamura, MC, Kimijima Makoto, and lots of extras. Apparently there's like 9 extras on the cast list, but usually they're just, you know, other voices. So there's going to be a lot of talking in this episode, which makes me think that we might get back-to-back non-dueling episodes, and I wonder the last time that's happened in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Where we had 2 straight episodes that didn't have any dueling action. That would be pretty remarkable, but back to the names I quickly skipped over. Faust and Vira. Vira is a female voice actress. Faust is a male. Faust is being voiced by Mikami Satoshi. There's not too much about him. He's only been in like 7 different animes. None that are really none that I really notice. Pretty much niche animes, I would say. But the real exciting voice actress that will be joining Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains is Vira, which, by the way, Vira and Faust, those are 2 awesome names, especially Vira. I love that name. That name means truth. So who knows the kind of roles these characters will be playing, but Vira is being voiced by Koshimizu Amy, and she voiced the lead female, Ryoku, in Kill la Kill. She voiced the main female in Kill la Kill. She voiced Kallen from Code Geass, the girl that looks like Aki. She has had so many lead roles, and the list of all the anime she's been involved in on my anime list is crazy. I mean, if you just type in main, you have 79 hits come up, which is like, that's not 79 different roles, because obviously she's, some of them are repeating, like some of them are spin-offs or multiple seasons, but she's been around. She has been in so many shows. And that is just incredible that we are getting a voice actress of that caliber. I know a lot of people love Callan from Code Geass, and I know the show is kind of older, but there's rumors that they're bringing Code Geass back, so she could be working on that while she's voicing a character in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains. That is just awesome. So I'm very excited to see what she's going to bring. I'm very excited to hear her. And that's what I've been saying. If the show does well and they're selling the cards well and the show is getting good ratings, which, by the way, episode 20 on Nico Nico received a 96.1, which is the best rating any Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains episode has received thus far, which makes sense because episode 20 was great, even though I liked 19 a little more. But episode 20 now holds the record, 96.1. So, the show is being praised over the moon by the Japanese fandom. It's being praised for the most part over here as well in the West. And if the show is performing well, they're going to be able to bring in high-profile voice actors and voice actresses. They're going to be able to pay them because they're getting the funds for it. Simple as that. And now we have a very well-known female VA voicing Vira. Back to getting away from the logistics of it. The guy who voices Kimijima is kind of new. He also voiced someone in episode 20. He voiced, I think, an extra in episode 20, because if you type in his name, the first thing that comes up is the Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains Wikipedia page, and it says he voiced a random character in episode 20, so maybe a random character that spoke in 20 is now going to have a bigger role in 21, or 22, excuse me. I'm not going to look too much into that, but Go Onizuka is back, and he's going to be dueling, which is awesome. Now, is he the next victim? I'm not quite sure. This is where having WWE knowledge, as I used to be a very big WWE fan, pays off, because the episode 23 summary states that Go has no choice but to duel as a heel, doing whatever it takes to win, as he's dueling Dr. Genome. So one of these new characters, Genome, Faust, and Vira, all going to be thrown right into the mix of things, and Go is going to duel Genome, and he's dueling as a heel, which means he's dueling as a villain. Usually what happens in wrestling matches is you have a face and a heel. You have usually a good guy and a bad guy. That's usually how it works. And the good guy, let's say Aoi was dueling Spectre. Aoi would be the baby face in that duel. She's the character that is perceived to be the good guy that the fans should be rooting for. Of course, it's not always the case. Sometimes the fans prefer the heel, and there's nothing wrong with that. Spectre in that duel would be the heel. He would be the bad guy. He's the guy you don't want to win. So he's the guy you don't want to see win. He's the guy that, is a real a-hole and stuff, and that's just what a heel is. So, and with all the wrestling terms, it's kind of cool that they're using that term, but it's just bizarre that he's going to be dueling this guy as a heel, because that gives me the impression that Dr. Genome is a good guy, that Dr. Genome is almost like a baby face, which is the opposite of a heel in wrestling terms. And if that's the case, then maybe Go isn't being pursued by another, and why is Go in a position where he has to duel as a bad guy? Is Dr. Genome maybe one of the kids, and maybe he grew up to be a doctor, and Go is dueling him for whatever reason? There's just so much that's still, and I can't wait to hear from you guys, and I cannot wait to talk to you down below, because there is just a lot going on with this show right now, and I absolutely love it. And so because you have Kogami, and maybe Dr. Genome is like the opposite of Kogami, where maybe they both worked on the project together, and now Genome is trying to stop Kogami. Or maybe he's responsible for another, because you have to remember, Kogami most likely is not responsible for this phenomenon known as another, because he's a victim of it. Right? He's a victim of it. So maybe Genome is a victim. Maybe episode 22 is going to start out like this. Yusaku realizes that he needs help, and he's going to enlist in the help of Go Onizuka. Maybe 21 when they figure out what another is, because it's Yusaku and Ko, and I hope Yusaku and Ko, they say this twice, and I don't think they've ever used that phrase before. I hope it's not Yusaku, Kusanagi, and Ignis. I hope it's actually, a team. And the Zaizens aren't present, that's fine. Emma is present, which is cool. But the fact that Go is back, Go's motivations, he's not linked to the Knights of Inoue, he's not linked to any of this crap. So unless Yusaku enlists his help, or unless Yusaku realizes that Go is in trouble, and he's going to be the next victim, then I don't see how Go gets back into the plot, which we know he's getting back into the plot. So I hope Yusaku does really enlist his help in these next couple of episodes. But I mean, man, I don't know. I really don't know. And is Dr. Genome one of the kids? Are Faust and Vira two of the kids? Because we've been saying there's the 4 of the 6 kids are probably, or the 4 of the 6 people that match up with the AIs are probably Yusaku, Aoi, Revolver, and Go, based on the end of opening 1. are Faust and Vira, are those the two missing pieces? But the thing there is, we figured it was 5 males and 1 guy because there were 5 male AIs and 1 female AI, so probably not. Are they maybe the king and the queen chess piece, just in human form, and that'll be a big plot twist down the road? We have to see. If we get their character designs, you bet you I'll be bringing that to you as soon as I can. I will definitely be covering that, and hopefully we do get their character designs in this week's weekly jump, which comes out Thursday mornings, because usually they preview the next episode, and I'm very excited to see what their designs look like, because those 2 names are awesome. Vira means truth, and Faust, the name there, means deal with the devil. So that will be... that might not mean anything, but based on that, it seems like they could be bad characters, and we're just kind of assuming that all 3 of them, including Yugioh, might work together based on where they are in the cast list. But the truth is, they could be their own faction, because you have Kitamura, who's associated with Soul, and you have Kogami, who's associated with the Knights, and then right between them, do you have a separate faction, or do you have 2 people that maybe work for the Knights, 3 people that maybe work for Soul? Who really knows? Usually the spot on the cast list is very telling, but it's really just impossible to tell. But the fact that we have 4 new characters speaking in this episode, the fact that we're about to get a non-Yusaku duel, I don't even think I mentioned that, which will be awesome. Even if you've hated VRains to this point, you have to say it's been very unpredictable. Maybe except the results, the duel results have been kind of predictable. Yusaku is going to win every time. But besides that, everything else has been really, really well done, really, really awesome, and I'm still at my almost peak excitement with this show. I'm still very excited for these new characters, and I'm very excited for what this show is going to bring. So anyway, guys, please leave your thoughts down below. I will talk to you down below in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed me going over the massive cast list along with the 22 and 23 summaries. I hope you leave your thoughts down below, and I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for watching.
Nuke